Welcome to the O'Brien Sisters Comedy Show. Now here they are, the O'Brien Sisters.
Two ducks standing in the tub, and one of them said to the other duck, "Hey, hand me a bar of soap." And the other duck says, "Hey, what do I look like, a typewriter?"
Hey, welcome to the O'Brien Sisters podcast.
We tried so hard.
Oh, we were almost there up until you said comedy show and I said podcast.
It's the same thing.
It is.
Welcome to both of them.
What? Yeah.
I'm Robin.
And I'm Jennifer.
Yeah.
And we're the O'Brien Sisters. See, we got that down.
We did get that down.
That was good.
So we're so glad you tuned in.
Thanks for coming
we have lots
back.
Of places you can check us out on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify.
Yes. And please leave us a review.
Yeah.
5 stars.
5 stars.
If you're trying to leave anything less than, please
Pretend
just don't even bother. Remember what your mom said. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. We don't want constructive criticism.
No,
we only want praise. That's all we ask for. And we just want to thank.
We have tortured childhoods. We really can't
please,
deal with any
guys,
more
we're
trauma.
delicate.
You are, but
yeah, I actually am. I just want to thank our good friend Nichelle Young.
Yes.
She's a fan and she left us a great review this week.
Thank
yeah,
you,
thanks
We
Nichelle.
appreciate you. Thank you for not killing us on the beach 10, 15 years ago.
Oh yeah, I forgot that story. So we went to the beach with our friend Nichelle. And we got caught. She got caught with an undertow.
That's right. And I don't think Nichelle was used to going out in that deep of water.
Well,
in Jacksonville, we're used to sandbars like suddenly kind of going on your feet.
Yeah,
so we were kind of used to it, but I don't think she was.
Right. So and she wasn't
Whoopsie.
thinking she was going out that deep, but all of a sudden when it just drops like that, and then she was treading. And the way I remember the story is we were all kind of hanging out. And all of a sudden she's treading and panicking and you and I are near her and I'm trying to like help her, but all of a sudden I'm getting pushed under.
Yes.
I think
pushing me
she's
under
pushing you under.
So that she can get some air.
And I was single mom back then. I was like, listen, I can't go out like this.
Right.
And
so
I broke
kicked her in the stomach. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
broke free and I started swimming towards shore and I started waving my arms to get the lifeguard to come to us.
Drowning, not waving. Mm-hmm.
So I'm waving to get the lifeguard to say, like, over here. No, lifeguards are completely oblivious.
Yeah, they're off like having
somehow in that
beans and Cheetos behind
moment,
the chair.
you guys, you hung with her. Listen, I love Nichelle. I love you.
I didn't have any kids.
But I literally, I was thinking this could not end well, and I can't
I
go
felt
out.
like that. In the moment, I was starting
I was
to feel
scared.
like I was scared, and I never realized because we grew up at the beach, so we never really experienced that. But suddenly, once the fear hit, I was like, "This is what it feels. This is what it's like. You don't even realize you're going to drown, and it was like
scary.
Drowning, not waving. People don't even realize it's happening in front of you.
No, right.
Hey, and on a nice Debbie Downer note, it is the time of the year that people bring their kids to the beach. And it's pool season. So we do want to remind parents, or if you have any children that live in the neighborhood, be very careful. Keep your gates locked to your pool and be very aware.
There's
so
the mom in you.
There's the Debbie Downer. That's your weekly PSA.
Weekly PSA. So listen, I will say, if you the key is not panic. If you don't know how to swim well, just get on your back, kind of float, relax. Always swim parallel to the shore if you're caught in a riptide.
Don't try to like swim back because it's pulling you. You got to go sideways.
Yeah, and just swim sideways for a while, and then try to swim back to shore. And if you can't, then keep swimming sideways. Eventually, don't panic. God's got you, and God had our friend.
And if you do panic and die, God's got you too.
Yeah, well then we'll see you. We'll see you on the
other
flip.
side. See on the flip side.
But the good news is we didn't drown that day. Neither did Nichelle, and she left us a 5-star review. So happy ending for us and for her. But we have a great show. So it's a Mother's Day show, and we lost our mom. We're going on 19 years now. She's been gone.
She died in 2002.
Yes. And I got married in 2001 and she died exactly 1 year and 1 day after my wedding anniversary. My first wedding anniversary, she died the next day.
Oh, that's nice for her not to die on your day. But you know what? I went to her funeral on my birthday. So,
was it?
Out.
Oh my gosh.
But that's okay. On my 30th birthday, I went to Paris, France by myself. So
made it up for it. Yeah. So we're going to tell a little bit about how that's impacted our lives, losing our mom. But we do want to
Mother's Day.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. We don't have a mom, but we are moms.
So we hope to make you feel bad for still having yours.
Yeah, no, absolutely not. But our mom was a funny lady, and one of my favorite stories that she used to tell is we're French, we're Cajun French on our mom's side.
Yes.
And she was telling
our grandmother's name is Olivier. Mm-hmm. Our grandma's name was Blanche.
And
very, very.
Our grandfather, we have
Louisiana.
Moxie. Moxie was his name.
Moxie. Yep.
I love that name. I thought
and we're related to like Captain Blackheart, and we're also the Mouton family.
Captain Blackheart. So I don't even know who that is.
We got some pirates in us.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah, that's why I like sausage.
And that's why I like eye patches. So you know, there it is. So, but no, one of the stories our mom was telling a friend one time because our grandmother died. Her name was Mommy. We called her Mommy.
Right.
Our great grandmother.
Yes.
And she was telling her friend before we went to the funeral. She was telling her friend, she says, we French kiss our dead. And what she was saying is we as French people, we give the dead people a kiss on the cheek, right? But the woman, all she heard was we French kiss our dead, thinking my mom was like, we're just going all in tongue with the cadaver.
Right.
That's what this woman interpreted.
Tongue and cadaver. It sounds like a punk band.
Yeah, maybe that should be if we ever regress.
If we ever do, one day.
There it is. But so the woman was like mortified listening to her mom tell that we French kiss our dead. She's just like, totally wigged out on her.
Yes.
And
do you remember the story of how the Griffins went to Evelyn's funeral?
Mm-mm.
And so they go to Evelyn's funeral.
Yeah.
Now, Evelyn was a woman that worked for the family.
Yeah.
And she was Black, and my mother's family is white. So when they went to the funeral, they were like the only white people there. And as we've said, we French kiss our dead.
Yeah.
So when they walked up and they all gave her a kiss, like the family kind of lost it because that was not their tradition, but it was theirs. So it was like a kind of a because they loved Evelyn. Evelyn was like a second mom to the whole family. Like they loved her.
You know, I watched that movie The Help, and I wondered if it was very like
similar.
Very similar.
Maybe.
I mean, we grew up so different than that, than the way Mom grew up.
Apartment, latchkey kids.
We grew up with Dateline babysitters, so we didn't. We were not privileged with any of those, but
you know,
yeah, we had our own set of stories.
If you think that's funny, you're like Dateline babysitters. What's that? Go listen to the last episode.
Yeah.
We encourage you to do so,
but,
especially if you've been traumatized as a child.
Yeah, which who hasn't? Come on, I mean, then just give your life, give it a chance. Life will traumatize you in some way.
Certainly.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming for you. Kids, enjoy your childhood because you're going to spend adulthood trying to fix the things that happened to you in childhood. Is what I always say.
That's what we say.
That's my message when I teach Kingdom kids.
What
church.
is that?
Just what I said.
When
I teach the church kids, I walk and I said, enjoy your childhood, kids.
Yeah.
Because let me tell you something.
Yeah. You're going to be bitter and spending $100 a month in your HSA.
Don't get me started.
Your therapy sessions.
Yeah, I just like to break them in. I like to give them a reality check.
Reward them.
Why not? Why not?
Yes.
Nobody did it for us. And if they did, we weren't paying attention because, you know.
Well,
anyway.
So the O'Brien sisters bringing it down.
Always.
Loving.
That's what I think it's, Anyway, it's what we do best. But anyway, we got some great stuff lined up for you on the show today. And stick around.
Stick around.
Stick around.
Karen. I know it says Khalil on here, but I go by Karen.
And I'm Cozy. It's so good to be here.
It really is. We love to talk about food, and actually right now you may be looking at us going, what are we wearing these red shirts
Oh, no, we picked up some extra shifts. We're down here at the local Mexican restaurant, and we're just serving up the sauce and the chips, making a little extra money for the holidays.
That's right. Well, we knew someone, and they needed some help. And you know what? It's nice to have some extra money.
Oh, it always is.
Kids need the help. They love to have
you want to be able to just stuff a 20. You know, the kids come by, and I want to be able to give them a little soda and stuff a 20 in their top pocket.
Yeah,
it feels so nice.
Back pocket, come here. Let me.
You just give them a little something. You know, you just always want to have a little. It's all about the kids.
That's right.
And the grandkids.
But the Mother's Day's coming up this weekend.
It is, though. It is.
Because I know people like that. Like, what do you got?
Listen, I'm making a bacon casserole. I'm gonna throw it all in the crock pot. Oh yes, it's gonna be delicious.
Yeah, I gotta cook the bacon ahead of time, or do you put it in there later?
Oh, don't you know the keys to crisp the bacon? So you're gonna come at it. You're gonna get it nice and crispy, and then you're gonna put some.
How do you keep it moist? I cracked a tooth back in '96.
You sure
so
did,
boy, did I pay for that.
And you're paying for it now. That's why you're picking up the extra shifts here. But I'll tell you what you're gonna do. You're gonna crisp up the bacon, but then you're gonna layer it with the raw bacon on top to keep it. You're gonna lock in the moisture with the raw bacon. But it's gonna cook and it's gonna moist it.
I tell you what I make.
What you're gonna make?
I do mine in the oven. I'm not so brave as you. I know you got 13 crock pots, but I got 2 ovens.
You know I love those crock pots.
And I have a recipe where we take chicken and a chicken mushroom soup, and you pour a can of that. And then you take the Ritz crackers and you bust them up. Now that's where I let the kids come in and smash them into little pieces.
The kids love smashing up the Ritz.
Some butter on top. Oh, the kids love it.
They love that.
Little foil so it stays moist.
Oh, and you know another tip to keep the bacon casserole moist? Mayonnaise. Just a couple tablespoons.
Now, everybody knows.
But that's what we love to do. Everyone says, Cozy, why do you share so much? I love people. I can't help it.
And the kids.
And the kids.
Yeah. Well, thanks for tuning in today.
Thanks for tuning in. And happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
To yours and yours. The Rose Advice Corner. Giving you advice whether you need it or not. But trust us, you need it. Hey, how you doing? I'm Roxy.
And I'm Rose.
And this is Advice Corner. Yeah, we're all here giving advice, because that's what we do.
Well, people out there, they're stupid.
Oh, they're so stupid. And you know what? We like to give what I call unsolicited advice.
Well, very good at that.
A lot of times I don't even ask. I just tell. You know what I mean? And I can see the glaze over their eyes as I'm talking, and I know they're getting it. I know at that moment they appreciate it.
You know when they're going to remember that?
When did you start smoking?
I picked it up this week, and I was very nervous. I was at my granddaughter's recital, and it was on hooks and nails. But don't worry, she threw up 3 times in the back, and she got number 2.
Okay, well, good for her. Yeah. Well, anyway, I've been flashing so bad.
Oh, she's been.
She turns flashes,
pink, and you start thinking that she's starting to have
flashes.
She didn't take the vaccine. She's just pink.
The flashes, let me tell you, and now we're going into summer, and I have a feeling it's going to be a hot summer. So, say prayers.
You know what I did one year? I had a little fan, and I just carried it, and I had it just blowing right up my pants.
It was a box fan, and you just dragged it everywhere with that generator.
I had an extension cord.
You were loud. She was so loud. You'd hear her coming miles away. I'd be like, she's coming with the box fan.
You know what?
What?
Who had cool thighs?
You did.
I did.
You did.
Well, maybe so let's go ahead and pull out the first letter.
Okay, here we go. First letter. Dear Roxy and Rose. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. Dear. That's so nice. Okay, listen, it's Mother's Day coming up on Sunday.
It is.
And my mother-in-law, she's coming over, and she's expecting me to cook and clean for her all day long. I am a mother of 4 of my own children, and I would like to be treated as the queen on Mother's Day. I don't know what to do. Please help.
Oh, boy. Where do I start? Now, first of all, I guess the first question we should ask you is, does she like a special drink?
Yeah.
That's your opportunity and your entry point right there.
Knocking. Okay, right. So right in there, you just slip a little Benadryl.
That's right. And if they're allergic, even better. They sleep longer.
Yeah. What you want to do is you just want to get her in a nice sleep. She's going to thank you for it because we all could use a nap.
You took a nap. You look tired. I put a blanket on you.
She won't know. She'll think she was just, overly tired.
Right.
And you set the tone, and then you let her fall asleep on that lazy boy.
And then where do you go?
Olive Garden. Okay, the breadsticks are to die. Or you can eat salad and breadsticks. You go take care of using yours.
Yeah, that's right. She'll be fine.
She's fine. Well, thank you so much. I'm Roxy.
And I'm Rose.
And this has been Advice Corner. Giving you advice whether you need it or not. But trust us, you need it. We thought, being Mother's Day, we would get a little more serious in this middle segment and really just talk about how our mom's been gone for 19 years now.
Yeah, so we thought we'd celebrate Mother's Day by talking about our mother's death.
Yeah, so go ahead, Robin. Why don't you share what you would like to share?
Oh, okay.
Am I putting you on the spot?
No, not at all. You want me to tell you about the day that she died?
Sure.
Okay, she woke up that morning And let me just tell you about the weekend before.
Okay.
So the weekend before my mom died, like she had one doctor that said that she was doing a lot better, and this other doctor said she wasn't. And one had said like, oh, was her medication like it made her really like dumb and kind of slow, and she like just couldn't.
When she was
think.
going through chemo.
She's going through chemo,
right.
But one's like, oh, she's doing better.
BTW. She had lung cancer, 4th stage.
Yeah,
stage 4. She wasn't doing great, and I the radiologist had pulled me aside. I think on that Thursday I was taking her to radiology. She had fallen right before, and she pulled me aside and just kind of had one of those talks with me like, she's not doing well, you need to know that. And that was a really challenging day for me. Robin, you don't remember a lot of things. That's fine. I would have Mom during the week.
Yes.
And Robin would take her over on the weekends, and we just tag team, taking care of her mom. We got her for 3 months before she passed.
Yeah.
So we found out right after Thanksgiving, and she passed away on February 25th. So it was like a very fast 3 months. And there's a wonderful story during that time. She was we all grew up Catholic.
Yeah.
And then she was a part of a Pentecostal church. And
we had been praying for years that our mom would get baptized.
And she actually got baptized at her church a month before she passed.
Yes.
And that's a whole nother story for another time. I'd love to tell that. But long story, it went really fast. We had some really great moments in between with Mom. But it was a really sad time. But that Thursday, she had fallen right before radiology. My tire went flat when I got there.
Yeah.
And I was so emotional, and I was cussing, and I was not doing well. And I remember sitting on the porch on that Thursday crying to my husband, like, I don't know how much more I can do of this.
Yes.
And you got her that Friday.
I got her that Friday.
Take over from
and
there.
Then, so that weekend, one of the other doctors had said she was doing better. So we started taking her a little bit off the painkillers because it was like she would fall asleep in the bathroom. I was like, she was drooling.
Yeah.
Like she was not, like you couldn't talk to her. I mean, I remember one time we were sitting in her Miata driving, and like all of a sudden like Pink Floyd came on. It was right after she's taking her medication, and she just kind of relaxed. Like, was enjoying the Pink Floyd. But anyway, so we started to give her a little bit less, and then she started becoming more vivid and like kind of talking again to me. And I was like, oh, Mom, it's like so good to have a coherent conversation with her. But then she also in that period started talking to people who had already
passed
died.
on.
And so she said that they had started to visit her. So when the dead starts to visit you, you're like, your time's about to come.
It's tame. It's coming.
So she told a story of like some people visiting her.
Yeah.
And then that Monday, it was time to go bring her back to you. And she woke up that morning and she did not feel good.
No.
And she was like, it was the first time, like my mom completely believed the entire 88 days that she would be healed. But on day 89, she woke up and she's like, I'm dying.
Did she say that to you?
Yeah, she said, I'm dying. I don't feel good. So we didn't know what to do. So we brought her to the doctor's office. I didn't bring her to the hospital. And then I'm like, you know what? Let's just give her back the pain pills. Like, let's just make her happy. And then they were kind of delaying it, giving it back to her. And then they sent us over to the hospital. And then when I was in the hospital, that's when one of the nurses pulled me aside and was like, I know that look. I know that look in her eye. Today is the day. So you got anything to say, honey? You better say it today.
Yeah. And I remember because I had usually had her during the week. So I came up to the hospital to visit and I was not doing great. Like at that point, like I could barely eat. I was drinking her Ensures. Like I was really nerves. I was bound. I was just had a lot of emotions going on. So I remember I left the hospital and I went home because I had to get my daughter off the bus. And I had prayed a really specific prayer and God was answering a sign for me. And as I left there that day, God kind of confirmed, another story for another time, that it was the day.
Yeah.
And then I got the call around 5:00 from you that tell me again.
Did I say that she went code?
Yeah. She went.
Oh, she went
coded.
Out. She coded.
Yeah.
So her heart stopped.
Yeah.
And she coded. And then the nurses came out of the room and they were crying and they said, I don't know who that lady in there is, but she stood up in her bed and said, Jesus is here. Tell my girls I love them. I'm going with him. And then she laid back down. And then I don't know. So the lady came out. The nurse is like, a lot of times angels come for people, but it's a very special person who Jesus comes for. So I don't know who that lady is. Like, she was really impressed.
I think if I remember correctly, one of the nurses says a lot of people say that they see angels. Yeah. And she was crying. She's like, but she's the first person I ever heard that said that they saw Jesus.
Yeah.
So that was really sweet. So like
that made us feel comfortable later as
like
the
letting
day progressed.
go.
It did, because they were like, do you want to keep waking your mom up, like keep reviving her? And I was like, we had to talk about it, but I was like, I don't know. Jesus just came for my mom. She's ready to go. Like my mom is, because I mean, literally my mom would be in pain and she would be like, I love him. I love Jesus. I mean, while she's in pain.
Yeah.
So the fact that he showed up.
It was beautiful. And well, they had resuscitated her. You called me, Matt, my husband, and my daughter drove up there to say our goodbyes.
Right.
My mom was in the bed saying, I see heaven. It's cool.
That's
it's beautiful.
She was like,
and she could barely talk.
Oh, yeah,
so
right. The radiation had scarred her vocal cords, so she was never going to talk.
So I was so emotional. Once again, I was a nervous ball of just nerves, and I was able to say goodbye.
Right.
But and Sylvia was there with you. I had to go though. Like if I had stayed, they would have needed to put me in a bed because I couldn't, I was just out of my mind with losing mom. And I think from taking care of her, I was exhausted. I was just at the brink of exhaustion. So I left. I used to feel really bad about leaving. But I said my goodbye, and that was like me knowing I have to.
But her doctor at one point came in and said, oh, she's going to be okay. And even I looked at him and I was like,
oh yeah, he was her oncologist. Like, he didn't really know what he was doing half the time. I'm like,
that was a whole.
Do you really want to pump her with more stuff? It's unbelievable. But anyway, she passed that evening. It was beautiful.
But she saw heaven, and she kept saying, heaven is beautiful. It's cool.
Yeah.
It was, and she kept saying,
yeah, it was sweet. You know,
she had no hair. She was bald.
Well, she was gone. She was sick. She was very sick. So,
and I forgot. She also had like a new tumor that had popped up on her arm, was growing. Like all of her tumors were like doubling.
Yeah, it was.
But then I don't know. Then they were saying she's getting better. I don't know.
You know what? I just feel like it was a really hard time. I was, we were both, in our 20s, and we were. It was hard. Like I can't say it was an easy time. And I remember being after that, it took me like, if I saw a sign for a hospital, I did like, I was just, and
I
so
Northside for quite some time.
I was just in a lot of pain, and I, and I try to be very sensitive to people that have lost loved ones because especially when it's new and it's just happened, death is scary.
You do. And you know what? People want to talk about it. I've learned that sometimes, and I do that now. I talk to people after someone dies, and when you ask them questions about someone's passing, it makes them feel like the person's still alive and real. And that's nice sometimes to make it that it's not so final and done and gone.
Yeah. Well, it's and and some people don't really want to talk about it. When it first happens, I try to be very sensitive, and because it's a lot for people to sometimes pull it out. But
we're opposites.
Well, I feel people. Sometimes you feel it out if somebody's looking like
But sometimes people want to talk.
Yeah, sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Either way, if Robin gets in your face, you're going to talk whether you want to or not. She won't know what vibes you're putting off. There's possibly a lack of awareness. Possibly. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Kind of. No, kind of. I'm kidding. But no, it's I try to remember that, especially people that have just lost their moms, because I'm like, oh, you're going to be fine. But that's almost 20 years into it. But I remember, I think at the loss, there's something that happens when somebody first loses somebody, and there's a rawness, there's a sensitivity, and if time does heal wounds. Do you agree with that? Because I
don't know. I just forget everything, obviously.
Oh yeah, that's kind of true. I just feel like time is healed that, but it's been I still talk, and I talk to mom a little more than I used to these days.
Do you really?
I do. I just tell her thank you. I thank her. I tell her I miss her. I have my moments. I believe she's on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's another thing too. It's like, I feel like we know our mother is in heaven, and you better believe we're going to do everything we can to be there. Like, that's a done deal.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel like that kind of gives us hope that we get to be with her again.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, so sorry. I hope that, hey,
Happy Mother's Day.
Hey, if you still have your mother, enjoy her, hold on to her. But maybe you can relate. I'm sure we've all had loss, we've had friends that have lost fathers or, different relatives or family members, and, loss is loss. But,
well, that's, our friend Jennifer said, that's the gift of sickness. the gift of sickness is that you realize how precious time is. And sometimes you get that time at the end and you enjoy it. You're able to appreciate it.
Yeah, because I remember Mom was a single mom, so she was very busy. And I remember taking care of her. And one day she just looked at me and she was just like, I love you. Thank you. And just something. And that was not, if you knew our mom.
Yeah. The fact that you just did that in Mom's voice and I'm like looking at you, I'm like, wow. Yeah. Our mom was like, I remember I kissed my mom on her cheek, like right after my high school graduation. She's like, what was that for? Like,
yeah. Yeah. There was just not a lot of like,
not a comforting. She didn't have like big boobs and like go, come here. Like that was not her.
Yeah. I love how you described Mom. She didn't have big boobs and was like, come to mother boobs. What is that about?
No, but there's some people. Okay, here's why I brought the story up. Okay, when a long time ago I went on a road trip with a friend and we went up and saw this other lady and she was a mom. Mm-hmm. And we arrived and we after traveling all day and we pull up and it was our friend's mom came out to greet us and she just gave me a big old hug and she just had a chest and hugged me and I was like, so this is what it's like when like you have that just loving that mother figure that's all like, like from like, I don't know, the olden days or something.
Yeah.
And I never had that before, like a mom who was like affectionate. So it was just unusual. And I don't know why.
You enjoyed it.
I enjoyed that. Like, oh, this is what it's like,
Yeah,
to have an affectionate mom. Our mother was not affectionate.
She wasn't, but I would figure out how to get affection by laying on her lap and she would rub my hair.
Oh yeah, no. You do this. You rub right here at the temple on the side. You do that to anybody. It relaxes them.
Well, she's still
like that was too.
Okay. Like bearded dragons?
Like bearded dragons.
Do you want one?
No. No.
Well, those
things stalk you at night, I'm pretty sure.
You thought about that, haven't you?
Oh, I'm creeped out by them.
Oh boy.
Yes.
Okay. Well, this has been great. And I hope you enjoyed this segment. All right. We'll be back in just a moment.
Happy Mother's Day. On Calvary Chapel, Pam and Leslie make a beautiful Mother's Day for the moms.
Okay, kids, y'all, this is going to be a special services for your mothers.
Wonderful.
Pastor's got
all year for this.
All year. Pastor's got. He has got flowers.
All your moms are getting a white, pure rose.
They are having just a blast in service. Pastor has made a note to make sure that we keep you kids entertained all service so the mothers can feel special
and relax.
Oh,
they even brought in a guy who's going to do a Journey cover.
Oh, it's so sweet, y'all. Nice. And they've got
a guitar.
And they're giving them little drinks. They've got water infused with some of that CBD. But anyway, moms are having a good time.
They are. Let them go.
Josiah, get down. Get down.
Okay.
Not on that table.
Those are blinds, not curtains.
Yeah, okay.
You're gonna hang yourself.
You ain't Tarzan.
Again. I don't even have the AFib machine this year. When they painted the place, they didn't put it back up on the wall.
I know your papa's pastor, but I will have you and put you in that closet.
That's right.
Down.
Get down.
Y'all listen. I have prepared a special lesson.
A
45-minute lesson on the lineage.
Maria, get down.
Lineage. So we're gonna read all about how we're gonna end it.
Josiah, who brought the bearded dragon?
Okay. Put it away. Put it away. He got an M&M last week, that bearded dragon. They had to resuscitate.
We sure did. That was performing. Thank God we had a better night.
We did. Okay, so I'm just going to start in on the lesson. Everybody sit crisscross applesauce and be quiet.
Circle up. Buddy partner.
When Adam had lived 130 years, he had a son in his own likeness, in his own image, and he named him Seth. Okay?
Noah.
After Seth.
Sit down.
Noah.
Sit down.
No.
Okay.
You ain't building no ark today.
That's not
Put them toys away. No.
Okay.
Maria? No.
I've already bleached.
No.
All the toys.
Shut
I've
up.
already decontaminated them 6 times.
I've had it. I've had
Six times.
No. Y'all cross lines. Everybody get the rope out. Get the
rope out with the rainbow handles.
We're taking y'all into service. We're not doing it. We're not doing it. No. Y'all just ruined all your mother's service today.
Oh, yeah.
Good job to y'all.
Spanking on the way home.
Yeah. You are.
All of you.
Just take a moment right now and please make sure you like and subscribe to our channel. And please, if you want, you can share this with somebody that maybe you love. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're annoyed with us and you want to annoy them.
That's right.
It doesn't matter as long as our numbers are going in a good direction.
So tweet us, Facebook us, put us, share us everywhere.
Yeah. All right. So thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Charlie Cheeks.
And I'm Fanny. And we're the Butts County Puppet Players with your weekly PSA.
That's right, kids. For this Mother's Day, if you want to make your mom breakfast in bed, make sure that you cook the bacon all the way.
Yeah. Our friend Butt Cheeks Barbara, she made her mom bacon and her mom got trichinosis.
And she had to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
And she had to have a feeding tube implanted in her.
Yeah, but she survived the trichinosis.
Yeah, that's not so bad.
Yeah, but unfortunately she did get COVID-19. Bye!
I've seen fire and I've seen rain. I've seen sunny days that I thought would never end. I've seen lonely times when I could not find a friend. But I always thought that I'd see you again.
So this termite, this termite story, so this termite, he's an old termite, and he's got pyorrhea of the gums and just pus pouring out of his gums, and he needs to have some dental work done, and he goes to this long wooden bar, and he sits down the wooden bar, and he says, "Hey, Mr. Saloon Keeper, where's the bartender? Bartender!
Where's the bartender?
Turn up the applause.
Stop! Just give me applause. You're embarrassing me.
For tuning into the O'Brien Sisters podcast. That was a great Mother's Day special, right, Jen?
Yeah, thanks for hanging with us. I know we went a little long in the middle segment talking about death, but
it was our mother's death, so we're allowed to.
So we feel like Mother's Day special. We were allowed to go long. We lingered. We lingered. So we like to always close with a scripture.
That's
and
right.
Today, of course,
today I got Proverbs 31,
the proverbial Mother's Day scripture.
It's Proverbs 31 verse 28, and it says, "Her children arise and call her blessed."
Yes.
And we arise and call her blessed.
Yes.
That is our mom.
Yeah.
She is blessed.
She is blessed. And I feel like she led us in faith. She always took us to church as a single mom.
She prayed for us a lot during our crazy teen years.
Oh boy. And let me tell you, hello.
I don't even know how she did it.
I don't either. But she's a blessed woman, and her legacy lives on. Shirley Griffin. Right. And we're glad to have her as a mother. And I know our daughters, only one of her granddaughters met her, and that's my oldest daughter.
That's right. She used to make cookies with her.
Yep. So took her to the zoo and made cookies. That was kind of her thing.
Sweet.
So sweet. So those are the moments where you really miss mom. Or Winter just got done doing a play this last weekend, and those things that grandparents, you don't have to twist their arms; they'll show up in a heartbeat. You miss out on those things. You miss having that person that steps in to be that. But Robin and I are here for each other, and we've got great friends and church friends that
we have faith in a community.
Yeah, so that helps. But anyway, it's been a great show. I've enjoyed getting to talk about mom a little bit.
Yeah, and it just reminds you every day is to be grateful for what you have.
Yep, and I just want to say Happy Mother's Day because my sister is an amazing mother of 4 children, and she loves.
You're a mother of 2, amazing mother too,
and
you're sweet. She's very kind.
Well, Robin's a great mom, and she's got 4 kids, and let me tell you, I couldn't do what you do, and God knew what you needed to be to raise all 4 of those kids, and she has got the most amazing kids. And I love my sister's kids.
I love your kids.
And anyway, I'm just grateful for you.
Okay.
And happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to you too, Jen.
All right, we'll see y'all next time.
Thanks for listening to the O'Brien Sisters. Subscribe.
Yeah, leave us a 5-star review.
Won't you look down upon me, Jesus? You gotta help me to make a stand. You just got to see me through another day.